Hey my loves, welcome to your Aries general reading for the week. This is just a very general reading, so if it does resonate with you, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. If it does not, please do take it with a grain and move on. Otherwise, we are going to do this as a past, present, future type of reading. This is the recent past. This is the current. And this is kind of Spirit's advice to you, okay? And we'll get clarifiers on all these as we go along. So let's kind of see what we're working with here for you. We'll use this deck to certainly clarify as well, and some other oracle cards as well. So, but it does look like in your recent past here, we do have that you have been working on a firm foundation. So I do feel like you've recently started to kind of build your foundation, starting to move in that kind of regard where you are starting to feel things kind of coming into place. This Ace of Pentacles energy is also letting me know that you are really feeling like, you know, you are kind of filling up that Pentacles side of your life. So you put a lot of, I feel like, you know, effort in the past, you know, coming into this recent past. You put a lot of effort into really kind of saving your coin, working hard, maybe kind of putting it into your business, your job, your work. And maybe that started to really pay off for you, right? So you're like, this is a beginning of really kind of growing that financial wealth that you've been working so hard on. And that's what's really kind of lending to your stability of your foundation here too. So I do feel like this is kind of a long time coming for many of you, you know, in that regards, that it's something that you've put a lot of effort into. This didn't come easily. I don't feel like this is a cash injection. It may be, you know, for some of you, this is a potential that you did receive a cash injection. Maybe you got your tax return and it was really good. Maybe you know, got a scratcher on the lottery or an inheritance, something like that. This is possible, but I think for more of you than not, this solid foundation is something you've worked very hard to build. So maybe you finally got that business bonus or promotion or raise that you've worked so hard for, or you've worked really hard on building your own business up and it's finally starting to kind of come to fruition, and you're starting to feel that lucrative side of it where you struggled maybe for a while, and that's kind of all starting to come into balance for you. And this King of Cups is really kind of your energy from that, where you are feeling like now you feel like you're strong, you're dominant, you're back in balance, you're back in shape to feel like you can kind of sit on a solid foundation, right? You're able to kind of really take stock, feel like the master of your own domain a little bit again, where maybe you were just so run, tired, and ragged from really trying to work to build this foundation, you know, put your family back on solid, firm financial footing, you know, working so hard at work or at building your business or at getting those investments to pay off, that, you know, you're finally able to kind of take a moment and enjoy it, right? Take a moment and share it with those that you love, and can, you know, really have that moment. So I think this is big for you coming into the present, right? And as you're coming into the present here, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like you are really starting to bind with your family here. And I do feel like this is saying that you're actually able to come in and enjoy the people around you, where I think for you, you had been taken away from your family quite a bit in order to build this foundation, right? This did not come without sacrifice on your part. You may have had to go away for work. You may have simply had to be at work so much, even if it was locally, that you just didn't get to be at home with your family. You didn't get to spend those family dinners at home that you'd like to, take those family vacations you would have loved to take, all of those things, because you were really just putting in the hours, right? So while they were all right there, maybe even at your disposal, you know, you could have spent time with them. You were so busy, so, you know, immersed in trying to work yourself into submission here that you really didn't get to enjoy them. And now that's kind of flipped, right? Now you're getting able to come back and really kind of reap the rewards of that family time, right? And, you know, that's followed by this Nine of Swords in reverse. And I think that, again, it's a beautiful energy here being in reverse, falling under that Ace of Pentacles, because Now it's showing that you're no longer stressed about the money too. So not only are you reaping the rewards of this fantastic, solid, you know, firm foundation of family and home life that you're getting, that balance back with this King of Cups. But that Ace of Pentacles, you're no longer stressing and fretting over the financials of it. So, sometimes when you're building a business, sometimes when you are down and out and having to work so hard, praying for that bonus, praying for that raise, or you're praying that this business that you put so much money into pays off, or those investments pay off, you're really stressed out, right? But now you've got that Ace of Pentacles energy, and it has really flipped the script here. You no longer are in that worried state, right? Now you're really in that state of being able to just have the joy part, right? That's behind you. I feel like that's back here. That's last year sometime, right? You are able to really now enjoy your family. You're really able to kind of sleep at night knowing that you're financially more secure than you were before. The funds are kind of there now. And the Page of Swords is really your energy in that you have this King of Cups energy, right? You are loving that. You are able to really share that with your family. You're proud of yourself. You're feeling stronger than ever. You're really able to kind of share this with your family. You're the head of household now. You feel very proud of this. But at the same time, I feel like you also have this dutiful feeling, right? Where you're looking back and you're remembering the times that you had to work very, very hard to get there, that you had those sleepless nights, right? And you're continuing to, battle forward, right? You're continuing to push forward. So while you're looking back and remembering, you're still battling forward. You're not taking anything for granted, okay? And that's a very pivotal and important moment there for you, because it keeps you from getting too lax. It keeps you from resting on your laurels for too long, those kinds of things, right? And that's important, because sometimes we can get a little bit too lax. We can get a little bit too comfortable and kind of, we kind of let it slip, and then we kind of lose it all, right? Because we're not taking care to maintain that. We work so hard to build it up. And then when we get it there, it's like, okay, we did it. And then we let it drop, right? And I think here, this is your energy continuing to, I'm going to continue to keep those opportunities moving forward as I can, right? And keep mindful of what it was like when I didn't have them, right? So what is Spirit's advice to you going forward? And here we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I do feel like with this, Spirit is telling you, don't overwork. Make sure that you're not overworking. Make sure you're keeping a good balance, right? We want to keep opportunities flowing. We want to keep making sure that we are working with those opportunities. We're not getting too lackadaisical. We're not resting too much on our laurels, right? But that we're spending, enough time working, but also enough time with our family, that there is a healthy balance here, okay? And I think that's very pivotal, right? Because I think there has been a situation where at one time you were so focused on work, you didn't have time for family. Then you got time for family, but you're remembering that. And that's kind of Spirit, kind of, hey, remember, keep that in mind. Balance is the most important here. And with the World card here in reverse, I do feel like the World card can be indicative of an ending, kind of a completion. And with this being in a reverse, I do feel like what Spirit is telling you here is keep going, right? This is just the beginning for you. So again, this is something where, this is just the beginning. Again, this is a healthy balance. These two cards are kind of the healthy balance. Don't overwork yourself, but also don't quit. Don't assume that it's over, right? Keep going, but within reason, right? You want everything to be a balancing act, right? And the same thing here. We have the Nine of Wands, and, this is a point where you are, this is a wounded warrior. You're protecting yourself. But here, you're letting your guard down, because this is a reversal card. You're letting your guard down, okay? And again, when you're here, you are very much enjoying the moment, right? You're thrilled with the moment. You're able to share your achievements, your happiness, you know, you're very much comfortable in yourself. At this stage, you are really seriously keeping an eye on the past, remembering, you know, what it took to get here. So you're not going to waste those opportunities to keep moving forward. Here, it's like, I'm letting my guard down, okay? I'm going to let my guard down enough to where I can still enjoy myself, but I'm also going to play it sensible, right? I'm still going to keep those opportunities flowing. And I think that's what Spirit's saying. Don't wall yourself in to where you're not able to even enjoy yourself and all the hard labor you've put into it. But at the same time, make sure that you are keeping up just enough, you know, protection to where you're not just going haywire willy-nilly with it either, and, you know, splurging and spending and taking your family on crazy, you know, trips around the world, and then you come back and you haven't worked a day and you've blown through everything and you're like, oh crud, right? So I think let's get some clarification here on your energy in the past here. So we're gonna pull 3 here. All right, let's see what we've got here for you in the past. So your energy past, recent past, that is. We have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. So I feel like there is a lot of family love and support here, okay? So I think that you've had a lot of support from, could be a business partner, could be a love, could be your significant other. You know, if you haven't had a significant other, you've definitely had a lot of family support, people around you, friends, family, co-workers, that kind of thing. And maybe a love has come in at this point. This could very much be what this King of Cups is referring to as well. As you have built your financial self, okay, you've also built yourself up where your vibrations are higher, your self-esteem then becomes higher, the way you hold yourself, carry yourself, move, it all becomes of a higher vibrational level, and you draw in people who are more of that like, kind, and quality. And you may have very well brought in somebody there who at this time, you know, in the recent past here, is someone who is very special to you, and you're very special to them. And that has been what's really lended to this firm foundation for you. Maybe that was something you didn't have before. And so that's another reason here that your cup is like really almost running over here at King of Cups. I mean, you're just under that Ace of Cups energy here where you are really feeling, you know, empowered of, you know, I'm happy, I'm strong, I feel great, because, you know, at this point you have somebody to share it with, right? So not only do you have the finances, the strength, the, you know, well-being that you didn't have before, but you have people to share it with, a special person even to share it with. So this is really a huge change from where you were this time, let's say last year, okay? Now in the current present moment, Spirit, what do we have for them in the current present moment? What all has been going on here? We see that they have definitely released some stress and anxiety. I feel like they are spending more time with their special people here. But let's see what else we've got here. Can you clarify a little bit more of the present moment, please? All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. So again, I feel like this is, you are really taking on a substantial role as being the, you know, kind of financial leader here for your family unit, your group unit here. You are being, this is a card of celebration, cooperation with your people, with your group. This would explain, you know, here you have the financial means, you are in a happy, positive place. We see that here with you coming back into your group. We see that immensely up here. So I feel like with this Page of Cups, you know, I feel like you are really, you're in a place where you are really reaching out to people, family, friends. You're really kind of exuding out that kind of opportunity to reach out to people, to be a little bit more open and, you know, have the time, I think, that you may not have had before. And you're making it a priority, right? I think at this moment, at this stage, in the present moment, you are making family and people more of a priority. And this could be very much because you came from a place here last year, for example. Maybe you were coming out of a relationship. Maybe you were just being single for a very long time. Those kinds of things where you really weren't surrounded by a lot of people. Maybe that's why you threw yourself into work so very much, that you didn't really have a lot of people around you, family around you, best friends around you, that kind of thing. And then here, where you're completely surrounded by this now, which could have been brought in very much by this Lover's card, they may come from a huge family, huge support system, and that's where your foundation comes in. That now you're very much eating this up, right? You're loving having all these people around. You're very much feeling less lonely. You are reaching out. You're loving this feeling of having people, right? You're coming into this big unit, right? Holidays, families, togetherness, people. You've gone from having, a very hermitary, solitary type of lifestyle where you're working, to where now not only has your work paid off financially, but you've met somebody that you can share that life with. They've got family, you've got family now. It's like you're one big happy person now. All of this is really starting to come together as like a big happy family unit, and you've got the funds to kind of enjoy it, right? Do things together, spend holidays together, go on maybe a weekend break here or there with them, but really do fun things. Maybe your person here had kids from a prior, or, maybe they had lots of brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews, and this is something that's all new to you, right? But I definitely see you are really relishing this. You are eating this up, really enjoying this. And they really look at you as like, the big head cheese here in the family, and you're enjoying that too. You're kind of like, I love being, the head of the show here, the matriarch or patriarch of my new crew, my new tribe, right? So I think that's a fantastic position for you. And I do think Spirit's saying, make sure you keep up with yourself and your work here, because you never know what could happen with relationships and so forth, but make sure you're also keeping them as part, because they depend on you. They rely on you. You're important to them, right? And this is just the beginning, right? This is not the end of anything. This is just the beginning of this situation. There's big things to come, right? And so you're no longer walled off, right? This is why you're no longer walled off. You used to be kind of a solitary wounded warrior, right? Kind of closed off from the world because maybe you were alone. Maybe people had hurt you. Maybe you felt like it was you against the world. But now you got a whole crew of backup, right? This is your people, your tribe, your family, your crew, right? And you're in a whole new situation. So can we get 3, please, on this one and see what we've got going on down here? So we do have... apologize for that. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Swords, and we have the 3 of Swords. So we do have here, I do feel like this Queen of Pentacles energy is, it's kind of like an energy where you are really kind of coming into the situation where you are still matching energies here. This King of Pentacles energy and this Queen of Pentacles energy, these are good matching energies. So I feel like your person here is going to be a good match for you, right? I feel like you are going to work together to really build up this happy, home, for that matter, okay? But I do feel like with this 6 of Swords, I feel like what is happening here is that you are really kind of going away from what was choppy waters for you. I think Spirit is saying, listen, leave those choppy waters behind. Leave that solitary life behind. Leave all of that behind and move into this. Embrace this. Accept this. Go with this. This is a good match for you. This is a good life for you. Take it. Take it in stride. Enjoy it. Don't rail against it. Don't fight against it. For heaven's sake, don't lock yourself off, no matter what. Make sure you are, really enjoying this for the life that you can have here. And I do think that this 3 of Hearts, I do feel like with this can be a very negative card. This could be something that in reality could end in a heartbreak, okay? That's kind of what a lot of times it does mean. But for most of you, I believe, because this is coming in your row of Spirit's advice, I believe what this is telling you is this is Spirit advising you to not let heartbreak dictate, okay? Not let heartbreak dictate what you do. To move forward cautiously, okay? But again, remember, this is just the beginning. Don't block yourself off. I do believe you've gone through heartbreak in the past, okay? Probably a heavy heartbreak, maybe a long-term heartbreak. Maybe you've been single for a very long time because of that heartbreak, or maybe you were really just getting over that heartbreak, you know, and last year you were in the throes of it, so that's why you were so head down, focused in work, trying to just, you know, muddle through. That was kind of your escape, was work, and that's what brought you to this. But I do think that this is mostly Spirit reminding you to not let heartbreak dictate how you treat this family, this group, this situation, because this is something completely new, okay? This is something completely different. You cannot let the pain of the past dictate the life of your future, right? It has nothing to do with that. And you don't want this chance to be damaged by somebody else in the past that may have done you wrong, right? So we definitely don't want that, okay? So let's pull an energy card over here. Okay, we'll pull an energy card here. See what kind of energy you're going to have moving forward in the future here. See if we can get any indication on that. So we have patience and planning. And I definitely think this is very important, because I do feel like this is something where, again, you want to have patience. You want to have patience with yourself, especially if you're a person who has endured heartbreak. You want to be able to plan a good, positive movement forward with this group, with this family, with these people, with your career, all of those things. But you want to have patience with yourself to, you know, do it at your own pace. And again, if you start to have doubts, if you start to get scared, if you start to say, oh my gosh, I'm putting too much, you know, I'm putting too much into this, and this person could just pull the rug out from under me and I'm back at Heartbreak City where I was before. Remember, any relationship could end that way, right? There are no guarantees in love, none. But if you don't take the risk, you'll never get the reward, right? So have patience with yourself and just plan to the best of your ability, because if you're tending your own garden here, that's the best you can do to make sure that everyone is growing healthy and well and happily, right? So that's the main thing, okay? And then let's go ahead and grab a general advice card, okay? Get some general advice on this one for you. All right, this one says, this is not your practice life. Decide, what is your inner voice telling you about the dream in your heart? And again, I do think this is something that you want to check yourself. Anytime you start to revert back to this type of energy in this sense, you want to flip it, right? Spirit's telling you, flip that over. Do not wall yourself off, right? This isn't a practice life. You don't get to keep trying over. If it's given to you and you've got people around you who are surrounding you and they're making you happy, and you know your hard work is paying off and these people are enjoying you and you're enjoying them, you take it as it comes, right? This is your dream. Live it, right? You can't ever be promised tomorrow, and you certainly have no guarantees in relationships. So just take what you can, right? What is your voice telling you about the dream in your heart? You know, if this is feeling like it's good to you, if this is making you happy, and I feel like it certainly is here, then, you know, it's relieving your stress, it's making you happy. I feel like that's what you need to go with, right? Up here, we have nothing but happiness. I mean, this is fantastic energy, right? So I think you need to go with that for sure. So let's pull a love card here and see if we can get some kind of general love energy moving forward. See if we can get anything on that might help you as well. Deception, okay? And I do feel like with the deception, I feel like this is something you've dealt with. Again, because we are dealing with here in Spirit's kind of advice to you. And I do feel like you've dealt with deception in your past. And I do feel like you've dealt with it probably on a very high level, where you were really maybe stabbed in the back, to be honest with you. Maybe really, you know, cheated on, taken advantage of, you know, the whole 9 yards. I don't feel like you're somebody who, you know, hasn't gone run the gamut on deception. So I do feel like you have come out of a place of hurt. Everything about this tells me you've come out of a place of hurt and you lack trust. I feel like that's why maybe you have poured yourself into work so much. So I do feel like here, you know, this is something where you are going to struggle, okay, with, you know, what you can trust. You are going to constantly want to, you know, really kind of lock yourself away. I do feel like this is why you were kind of pulled away at one point and just now kind of pulling yourself back into people. I do feel like this is why you were stressed out and struggling for a while, but now you're able to feel better about it. But do remember that that situation is not anything to do with this situation, okay? So let's get you another general advice card out of this deck. See if this will help you going forward as well. Unlimited ideas. All right, it says your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. And again, I do feel like this is really kind of combined here with this World card. This World card is kind of a closed off ending of completion kind of card. And with it being in reverse, it's telling you, you know, you're just at the beginning. You can create anything you want. You can make anything you want come to fruition. Okay. You just need to believe in yourself, not wall yourself off, keep moving forward, you know, plug away, keep having faith in yourself, and things will work out for you. Okay. And I do think that that is really something that you need to believe in. A lot of this is just believing in yourself and trusting that whatever is happening here is not what happened to you in the past. Okay. Because I do think there is a lot here that you are very much skeptical. You're very much afraid. You carry a lot of fear with you. And a lot of it is tied to your past, okay? A lot of it is tied to somebody who really hurt you in the past, somebody who really treated you poorly in the past. They may have used you for money. They may have just left you high and dry, treated you really poorly, and you kind of withdrew, okay? But I think that right now, this is a place where you can feel your best. And that may have been a tower moment for you. That may have been something that had to happen back then so that it would make way for this. You had to release that negative energy and go through that to make you who you are today, so that you did put your head down and work, so that you could achieve all of this to build yourself stronger, better, more financially stable, to build this life for this, right? That's what the universe does. They put us in a place that sometimes is uncomfortable to allow us to make room for what we're really meant for, the better things, right? So let's pull one last Rose Oracle card here for us and see if it can give us some energy advice going forward, and we'll close it out, okay? So let's see what we've got here going forward. And we have the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late, new possibilities. And I think that is an absolutely perfect card for you. This is letting you know specifically that this is your second chance. That's exactly what we're saying here. This is your second chance to really have what you wanted the first time, but it wasn't with the right person, okay? It wasn't with the right thing, the right job, the right work, the right person, the right time. The people weren't the people that were going to support you. They weren't the people that were going to make you be your best self. You weren't ready for it at the time, but now the universe has said, you know what? Now you're ready. Now you've been tested, battle tired and tested maybe, but now you're in a place that you're better equipped, you're better ready, and we've sent you the better match. This could be, you know, this is your twin flame maybe, this is your perfect person maybe, but this is your second chance. And this is your new possibility, the second chance. It's never too late, new possibilities. And you have to believe in that, right? You have to give it 100% chance. You don't want to sit around and let past deceptions make you worry. You have to have patience with yourself, and you certainly don't want to get hung up on somebody else in the past being hurtful to you, so that you wall yourself off and don't allow this second chance the opportunity to fulfill what could be, you know, your dreams. Okay. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all that other great stuff. And I hope to see you back very soon. Bye.